In this video, we are exploring the psychological and philosophical profiles of four well-known fictional characters by identifying the specific books that best represent their worldviews. We begin with Johann Liebert from the series Monster, whose nihilistic outlook aligns with Dante Alighieri's Dante's Inferno. While Dante's work is a religious allegory intended to show the consequences of sin, Johann would likely approach it as an objective study of human depravity. Johann views the world as a place where the social order is merely a thin veil over a deeper, inherent darkness. In the poem, Dante descends through various circles of suffering, categorizing human flaws. Similarly, Johann spends his life manipulating people by identifying their specific moral weaknesses and dragging them into their own personal hell. To Johann, the Inferno serves as a structural map of the human condition, reinforcing his belief that the ultimate end for everyone is a return to a state of nothingness and that human morality is a fragile construct. Moving to Tyler Durden from Fight Club, his motivations are best understood through the lens of Karl Marx and Friedrich Engels' The Communist Manifesto. Tyler's entire philosophy is centered on a radical rejection of the modern capitalist system and the consumerist culture that defines the middle class. He views the proletariat of his time, the service workers, waiters, and white-collar office employees, as individuals who have been alienated from their own lives by corporate interests. Tyler's creation of Project Mayhem is an extreme literal application of the manifesto's call to dismantle the existing social and financial hierarchy. He seeks to abolish private property and debt, believing that by destroying the material symbols of status, he can return humanity to a more authentic, albeit primal, state of equality. For Tyler, the book would not just be a political text, but a practical guide for the total subversion of the economic structures that he believes enslave the human spirit. For Light Yagami from Death Note, the most fitting literary match is Fyodor Dostoevsky's Crime and Punishment. The novel's protagonist, Rodion Raskolnikov, develops a theory that certain extraordinary men have a moral right to commit crimes if their actions lead to a greater good for humanity. This is the exact intellectual foundation upon which Light builds his identity as Kira. Light believes that he is uniquely qualified to judge who deserves to live and die, and that his superior intellect exempts him from the standard laws of society. However, Dostoevsky's novel also explores the intense psychological isolation and paranoia that follow such a self-imposed divinity. Light would likely find Raskolnikov's initial arguments compelling, yet the novel's eventual focus on the necessity of guilt and redemption would serve as a direct critique of Light's inability to recognize his own moral decay. The book essentially serves as a case study of the ego-driven trap that eventually leads to Light's downfall. Finally, we look at Dr. Kenzo Tenma, also from Monster, whose life is a testament to the principles found in Viktor Frankl's Man's Search for Meaning. Frankl, a psychiatrist and Holocaust survivor, argues that while humans cannot always control their circumstances, they always have the freedom to choose their response to those circumstances. Throughout his journey, Tenma is stripped of his career, his status, and his safety, yet he refuses to abandon his fundamental belief that all human life is equal and valuable. While Johann Liebert tries to prove that life is meaningless, Tenma finds meaning through his dedication to medicine and his responsibility to others. Frankl's concept of logotherapy, finding purpose through work, love, or courage in the face of suffering, is exactly how Tenma manages to hunt a monster without becoming one himself. These pairings show that the actions of these characters are not random. They are rooted in deep-seated philosophical traditions. If you found this analysis helpful, please leave a comment with your own suggestions for character book pairings and subscribe for more straightforward deep dives into fictional psychology.